all of us. That's why we're proud to support the Bustamante Hospital for Children through this year's Shine 5K. Your participation will help us raise critical funds needed to support emergency pediatric care.
Thank you for running for me and for all of us.
Back with us for semi-final action, semi-final one in the KSAFA Championship between Augustown, the team in red, and Constant Spring, the team in white. They're playing at the Constant Spring field, and this game is now into extra time. Over the course of the 90 minutes, 59% ball possession controlled by Constant Spring. There were 2 yellow cards, both the Augustown players, 17 fouls overall, 11 committed by Augustown. And there were 4 shots on goal for Constant Spring, only 1 for Augustown. And yeah, that pretty much tells you the tale of the tape. You know, Constant Spring went into this game, they had 10 players who'd scored at least 1 goal this season. 10 players with at least 1 goal. They started with 2 players, Kaliki Richards and Javier Wilmot, who between them have 39. And yet over the course of 90 plus minutes, they could only find 1. And that came from Wilmot with that sweetly struck free kick in the second half. They've struggled on the offensive front this evening. Augustown getting the penalty and tucking it away, and it seemed to be content to hold that advantage before Wilmot tore up that script. So trying to separate the teams again over this half an hour period of extra time, which will be broken up, of course, you know the drill already, into 2 halves.
That's an interesting handball. I thought the referee missed it. He forgot the game he was playing for a second there.
Halliman there with a move that they'd call in basketball a carry. Opening the palm, dropping the ball.
Could have been illegal even in basketball.
Even there, yeah. Clark not falling for Coombs' trickery and his flashy feet.
I suspect once you have those 39 goals still on the field for Constant Spring, this really is their game to win. Though they've been second best a few times across this game, they still have been the better quality team, you see. And it's a little disappointing. You thought a game that had that much goals for a team like Constant Spring wouldn't have been 1-1 in extra time. Which just shows that Coach Lila has done his best to try and neutralize some of those efforts. But I think these extra 30 minutes may just be what Constant Spring needed to kind of bring their quality out. Let's see if they're able to do it though.
Yep. This game would have been a much better spectacle if the underfoot conditions were better, if the surface was better. But it is what it is. Both teams are playing here, so neither is at a disadvantage. Green's pass forward to Martin, looking for help. Help doesn't come, and he's robbed by Tariq Wilmot. Rather ignoring him for the moment, trying to find him there. Wilmot snaps back and wins it back. Curls the ball in, and referee belatedly whistles for the free kick for the foul on Martin. And Gareth Henry again, the man leading the demonstrating, asking Martin why was he dozing to be robbed of the ball like that, even though he's won a free kick.
Really trying to push back. It really has been difficult for Augustown since Johnson came off the field. There isn't that speed, there isn't that link up that can happen. And yes, they've been doing the long balls, but Johnson was always able to bring it under control and make something of it. They really don't have that attacking threat anymore in this game. It really is a tough climb for them to be able to put something into this game. I think they're the ones who are really pushing for penalties at this point because they know that they don't really have that fire, but they don't have that speed. Can Constant Spring get that goal that they need to end it now though?
Petler's long ball looking for Kaliki Richards, met by Henry, who wasn't satisfied with its initial header, so he went back for more. But Constant Spring still keep it alive. Richards stepping in front of Brown, fouling him, says the referee.
minutes into the extra time, and you feel the heaviness of this game. You feel the tension. I think it's really started to affect the players. You want to see a little bit more quality, but as you said, that Constant Spring ground has led that tail that you've spoken of it. It's really been a tough one to see them play on, and the players, again, the hesitancy. You're checking the ball, you're wondering, you're giving it some time to show its true intention before you're doing anything with it, and that's really affected the quality of the semi-final. It's unfortunate. I figure these two teams on a Stadium East field would have been a very different prospect, a very different game for the fans at home.
For sure. And we are in the business of putting on a show, and so we are concerned about the quality of what you see. I'm just explaining to you, and these are the things that cause people to criticize local football. Quality of football isn't worse than many places, but it's just that the field sometimes let the players down. Here's Kalika Richards after this in a flash. Henry covering his every move. Doesn't have the change of gear to get away from Henry Richards.
Come on, Spring, support one another, support!
Clark has done a lot for Constant Spring this evening, the man wearing 24, tall man in the middle.
You see those heavy legs for Augustin. Really, I think this defensive toil that they've been in, it's really taken its toll on them. You're seeing it.
Again, another instance where Jonathan Boyden had a chance to send Augustin forward on the counter-attack in transition. But just a heavy touch, the ball running away from him.
I think that's a foul too.
Don't see many of those these days.
Is it? I'm waiting to see it. It's a holy grail moment in football. Oh no, he's just moving the ball back. I was a bit concerned there.
Here's Pedler, goes for goal. And he has the luxury of setting it down and resetting. Here's Henry. 97th minute. Halfway through this first period of extra time. Martin with the touch. Goes down, the referee says free kick.
The referee bails him out there. Didn't see a foul there in that moment, but if Martin, he gets away with that one.
So goes from Johnson for Augustown. Seems like an eternity ago that penalty was tucked away. And then Javier Wilmot responding for Constant Spring. That's why we are here in extra time. Those goals ensuring the game finished 1. This is Green from distance. Will try his luck. Clear what he wanted to do. Wanted to just cut across that to bend it away from the goalkeeper on frame. Only problem was it was off frame.
Been one of the better players for Augustown, but not one of his best moments in this game.
Yep.
Third Wilmot brother there getting his chance to put the ball out. It's been a very peculiar extra time. It seems the players don't have the legs for this. No one was prepared for an extra time. It feels heavy. They look heavy. They're running with these heavy legs there. They're not doing the things that they were doing, especially in that second half. You saw a little flare in that second half. It's unfortunate, again, and with a pitch like the one that they're playing on, it breaks down the quality of football that our fans at home are watching right now. You're seeing a lot of long balls, you're seeing a lot of heavy touches, but someone must win this game.
Pedler breaks forward. Pedler, and he went for goal, but he kicked some of the turf, and he was frustrated with his own effort. Cat and mouse being played by Wilmot and Henry.
You say Henry has kept up those South American tactics he's spoken of. He's milking it up until penalty, trying to get the penalty kicks.
Should have been an August Town free kick a long time ago, which is what the players are saying to the referee. Look how long I was being fouled.
He has played it very loose in this game. We've seen a lot of heavy tackles go unpunished in this game, so not too surprised there.
Last man, Justin. Last man. Last one, Justin.
And we're being told that he is the last man. And he plays it safe to his goalkeeper. 100th minute. Wilmot into the path of Tafara Richards. Can he dig out the cross? Yes, he can. It's met by Henry. Clark. Clark turns away from him. Look at Henry, or Brown rather, the August Town skipper.
We've seen a game that has gone from tactical to physical.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember, have all the substitutions gone? I think an infusion of some fresh legs would really change the tide of this game for either team, but I suspect that they have used up pretty much all of their substitutions. Teams are just kind of pushing now, trying to get to at least halftime in this extra time to get back some freshness in the legs or whatever they can find, but the football has left and we're now into the space of just trying to get a goal to win, get the penalty kicks.
Holloman is saying battle of wins from here on in. Who wants it more? Tariq Wilmot and Richard Smith clashing there. Wilmot coming off worse. And the booking is going to go to Richard Smith. Or is it going to go to Richards, to Wilmot rather? Referee waiting over him with the card in hand. Looks as if he's going to go into the book. Yes, because he did foul Smith, because it's an August Town free kick.
I think that may be the first card for Constance Spring.
Yeah. Looking back at the goals scored, as I said, what seemed an eternity ago. Look at the mistake from Beckford. Just hesitated a split second. And running through is Johnston over the head of the defender who tripped him as he fell. That was Chamberlain, the second half substitute. And he went down the middle with the strike. Goalkeeper dived to the right. Goal. Javoni Johnson for August Town to put them in front. And then Wilmot from this free kick. Clever, precise, struck with enough power. Goalkeeper not on the same wavelength as the direction of the strike.
If you think about this game, those two goals probably reflect exactly how you think both teams would score. August Town team that hasn't really been too threatening. One shot on goal and it was a speculative effort. Definitely we're only going to get a goal from a penalty kick or a set piece. And he thought it would have been some brilliance from a Wilmot or a Richards for Constance Spring. So it's been an interesting game that has somewhat played to some of the narratives he expected, except for the fact that he thought Constance Spring would have been a dominant force and really gone on to score several goals in this game. You've not seen the chances for them, and even though they've been the ones to carve out the greater amount of chances, you've not seen the kind of quality you hope from them in the final third.
Man down for Constance Spring. And the referee has beckoned for the physios and or the stretcher bearers to enter the park. But this time, I'm agreeing with Nathan that it's all about guts. Layla still contemplating what he can do to assist his team from his position on the sidelines. He's made the substitutions. He's made the tactical switches.
I've never really been a fan of penalty kicks. I don't think it's one of those things that tells the quality of a team. I think when you talk about a game like this one, it's probably the fairest way of deciding because these have been two evenly matched teams. You'd think Constant Spring were the better team, but they've not shown that all game. You've seen an Augustown team that has imposed their will at several times in this game. They've shown that they have the quality to be where they are in the semi-finals. It's just that they lack that attacking threat, and it's shown in the goals that they've scored all season. They've not matched what Constant Spring have done. Constant Spring has flattered to deceive in this game, but they're there. They have that goal that have kept them, have brought them into extra time. They're just trying to get to the penalty kicks, it looks like, as well.
Last minute of the first extra time period. Green goes long.
And again, to no one, because there is no one up there for August.
Back with Green. Out onto the left boot for Martin. Martin forward with Danilo McKenzie. Being shielded by Chamberlain. Augustown through. Gareth Henry, the budget Rory Delap. Comes across, drives the ball on the corner flag. Secure a better grip. And he's going to throw this far and flat. And he puts a little arc on it. Not his best throw.
Yes, when we see the long throws being tired, you know just how long a game it's been for both teams.
Yep. Beckford behind that one. Here's Wilmot. Looks up, doesn't see the kind of help he wants.
Come back round!
Sneaky. It looked like a handball there just now.
Two Tormen battling in midfield. Cleghorn winning it for Augustown. Momentarily, Coombs' header not the best. Here's Kaliki Richards for Constant Spring. Again, cheap turnover. And again, cheap turnover the other way. Richards. Clark.
Go to ball! Jump!
Referee now into his second minute of added time at the end of this first extra time period. Long ball into the box off the chest of Wilmot.
I'm surprised to see us into 2 minutes of added time in extra time.
That's it. First half of extra time over. The teams haven't added to their tally. Still 1-1. And we have at least 15 minutes more to play in this contest. At least. Constant Spring 1, Augustown 1.
Well, it's really been a tough extra time. You're looking at a game that really has shown some heavy legs now. I think for Augustown, the greatest challenge now is being able to take all that effort that they put in over the first 90 minutes and kind of fighting their way to these penalty kicks. You know, they don't have it. They don't have an attacking threat. They don't have that connection between midfield and attack. They're just trying to get there because they know the best chance they have to win this game is from 12 yards out.
All right, break time. Back with more after these.
inside on. Totting's got a good one. Fraser McCall on the inside and a bit of squeeze between him and Svensson. Contact on two corners
already as well.
Oh, what an absolute nightmare.
Persia in the gravel.
Well, that's
Up the inside.
over carnage, is it, in turn one?
Just unnecessary, isn't it? It's so early in the weekend. You need a bit of self-preservation as well.
Fraser's still on track. Yes, he is. There he is. So he's coming around the final section. Is it front left puncture, was it? Or rear left?
Rear left. I think he's got
He's
got front left suspension damage as well or something, hasn't he? It doesn't look like it's completely square.
That's frustrating. Yeah. Well, he got tagged and he went twice. We're going to try and take a look at it in a minute once he's crossed the line. Here comes Fraser. Unfortunately, that's...
All right, so we're back with action in the second extra time period of this first semi-final in the KSAFA Championship between Augustown in white and Augustown in red, beg your pardon, and Constant Spring in white. Goals came in the second half. One from a penalty from Javoni Johnson from Augustown, who left the field shortly after with what looked to be a muscle injury. And then Javier Wilmot bagged his 24th with a strike from just inside the D from the free kick. Palika Richards, who was very disappointing this evening for Augustown, did not look like a 16-goal man, has been withdrawn for Constant Spring rather. And
Which been holding on to that last substitution just
coach deciding that Palika Richards for Constant Spring, the coach deciding that he needed something else in this last period. He can do without the penalty. Oh, here they go.
gives you the belief that he thinks he can win this one before we get the penalty kick.
Doesn't need penalty kicks. And just for a moment there, they look to be in. The man wearing 16, Samuel Halliman, was racing forward. So too the man wearing number 20, Sean Kogel. But then it broke down. This is Halliman with this throw. One of 10 players in this Constant Spring lineup who have at least a goal to their name in this competition this season. Kogel here. Free kick to Constant Spring in an advanced position. Coombs can't believe it, but he better.
Well, Constant Spring have at least shown a greater level of intent we've seen so far at the start of this second period of extra time. Dare I say, if there's to be a goal, it will come from the men in white.
Just heard someone say Samuel, which is Halliman, the man taking the free kick, to put this in the area of the penalty spot. He fires it into that said area, turned away by the Augustown skipper. And tracking his shot wide there. Looked to be Tariq Wilmot. Rohan Parker coming on, number 11, in place of Koliki Richards. Here's Green. Has some space to run into. Again, pass inaccurate. Is Clark. Wide to Wilmot. Wilmot's pass is bad, but he gets a second bite at the cherry. Gives it away again. This is Henry.
A measure of consistency throughout this game.
Oh yes. Beckford not taking any chances, not sure where the opponents were. Didn't see a teammate in a good position.
Put it out.
Yep.
Beckford has also been on those players, though he was at fault for that.
He made
goal.
one mistake, which resulted in which led the play led to the penalty. But one mistake from him. Apart from that, he's been
solid.
Superb. Yeah,
he really has been a solid. And I mean, what you're seeing from these teams, dare I say, you're seeing some Premier League level play with on a pitch that doesn't lend itself.
Yeah.
You're at least seeing some players who've shown that kind of quality that you want to be seeing at the championship level.
I tell you, I've seen all of the Premier League teams with all of this. I've seen Teddy Johnson on this pitch look as if he's never kicked a ball in his life. He can't predict the pitch, he can't dribble, he can't anticipate how the bounce of the ball. So these players have done well to at least put on the show that they have. And one of my candidates for man of the match, Gareth Henry, managed to throw the ball into touch and he damaged the microphone behind the goal.
For good measure, why not?
Jean-Luc Wilmot in goal for Constant Spring. Right on the halfway line is where his goal kick goes. Danilo McKenzie trying to send that one forward. Henry heard his keeper's call and cleverly let the ball run. Wanted the free kick, saying he was barged by Parker. The referee saw nothing wrong in that passage of play. Here's Henry once again. Caught on it. Can see that has some aggression about him. Wilmot booked for the challenge on Henry.
At first, you see Coach Bell kind of remonstrating. I think he's finally reached his cup being full with how the referees handled this particular one. It's been a rough game. Very, very physical. He's not been one to show cards too readily, not to call fouls too readily. Not sure if it's led to a better game, but at least I think he's been more responsive to, as you pointed out, the pitch. He knows that a part of it is just about how the players have to play the pitch. And that's shown in how they've handled even tackling each other. Everybody's a little bit more stern in how they approach even a tackle.
Fans sitting, watching, waiting for the winner to break out in celebration and hoping that a team that does so is their team, which is why they're staying. They've been here 100 plus minutes, nobody's leaving at this point of the contest. Doesn't make sense.
21 minutes to 12, why would you leave? The party's just started.
Clark trying to change the angle of the attack, does so. This is Wilmot. Ball comes to Parker. Reached in to turn and he wanted the free kick. He thought it was his. The referee says no.
A surprising call there from the referee. Suspects that Parker was trying to buy a foul there from him, but his raised boot was probably the issue with how they looked at Parker there. I'm not sure I agree. I think he really was barged into there by the defender, but spilt milk at this point.
Man down for Constant Spring, but play allowed to continue. Wilmot saying calm. So he's giving them the Bertus bell. Why worry when there's still time on the clock seems to be the Constant Spring mantra as Wilmot sends this high into the night sky. It's a little more distance on the goal kick this time. Here they come once again. Nice. Around his man. Felt he was fouled. It was Halliman. Referee didn't give him the call. Burgess Bell asking him what he was doing.
And get on with it.
Excellent Danilo McKenzie again. Helping his team defensively. Wilmot being hauled back by Coombs. And gets the free kick. Coombs has added some spark to the Augustown team since his introduction in the second half, number 23.
I almost called him fresh legs in the extra time, but then he is fresh legs. He has shown some level of quality with how he's impacted on the game. Again, in a team that doesn't really have that full connect across all three phases of the pitch, he has at least shown that he's able to create for himself. But again, it's just really been tough sledding for Augusto. They've not been really able, since they've taken Johnson off the field, to do much to cause Constant Spring to be worried about them as a goal threat.
Yep, Halliman. Well, not Halliman. Wilmot wins the corner. And Halliman sprints across to take it. Beckford runs to join the pack of white shirts in the box. 6 men in white in the box waiting on this delivery from Samuel Halliman. Can Constant Spring find goal number 2 from this passage of play? 116th minute. Headed on goal! And it's helped over by, guess who? Yes, Gareth Henry.
That man again.
Didn't have much power, but you don't know how high the bounce was and whether goalkeeper Henry had prepared for the bounce. So it could have been dangerous, but we are not to know because Henry intervened. Another corner for Constant Spring from the other side. Keeper calls, gets 2 fists to the ball. Wilmot sprinting back to win it. It's the return pass, sets it back to Clark. Thought about the shot for a moment. Lovely pass. Oh, it ran away. It ran away from Sean Kogel. If he had taken that crisply, he could have been in business, and very, very poor. He runs it into touch for a throw. Absolutely poor from Kogel. Poorly handled pass initially, and then in trying to retrieve the situation, he made it worse. Yeah.
Absolutely worse. These players are tired.
Yeah, but he's a second half substitute. He should be fresh.
Should be, but he's not, George. We're seeing 2 teams here that really seem that they've given all into the semi-final. It's a curious thing how they look for the final.
Holmes and Mackenzie. Holmes using his body as a wedge, but they lose out. This is Wilmot. Brings Halliman into play. Halliman's cross. Looking for Parker at the back post. Oh, it's saved by Henry.
Just saved by Henry there.
With Kogel just tiptoeing behind the defender. Getting a faint touch to it. Didn't make good connection, especially because Henry was blocking his path to goal. Poor attempt at a pass. Here's Coombs once again though. Gets the return pass, Coombs. Oh, away from his man, Coombs. Coombs dancing this way and that. But got blocked at the crucial moment. Here's Halliman once again. Into the path of Kogel. Kogel over the top. Looking to send Parker racing away. Green got there. Brown, Henry missing. I must have misinterpreted the bounce of the ball, which he did do. And then Henry caught some studs as he cleared that ball, and now he's down in the 18-yard box. Referee says play on. This is Wilmot. Wilmot, away from the defender. Wilmot gets the cross in, and it's blocked by Henry at his near post. And now referee Reed says pause the play. Hope for Henry's sake he doesn't have a dead leg. Just may have caught some studs when he ran in to make the clearance, and it looks as if he'll be fine.
Goalkeeper Henry there actually showing some good touch there.
Wilmot there was a Halliman with the cross, and look at Kogel.
Excellent.
Henry getting there again. It was his interception. Then there was another play after that where Wilmot, a step over, almost broke the Augustown defender's back, twisted his blood, and fired in the cross near post that Henry was able to intercept. Dying embers of this contest because we are almost at the end of the second period of extra time. So it looks as if, as in the KSAFA Major League, the game which preceded this one at this same complex on this night, that we need penalties to separate the teams. Sure, both sets of coaches have drawn up their penalty-taking roster already, subject to asking some players who they've put on that list if they want to take a kick. A spot kick, that is. Coombs kicked more turf than ball there, and again, it's a quality of surface issue because where the ball was when he intended to strike, by the time he swung the leg, ball would have taken a bad bounce. An inch or half an inch or two deviation would have caused that. Henry battling Wilmot. There's a size differential, but Henry's heart is huge. Didn't cut out the cross, but did make it difficult for Wilmot.
You have to really take your hat off to Wilmot. He really has shown a level of consistency from minute 1 until we're here in minute 120. He has been not necessarily the best player on the park, but the player who's had a greatest level of impact. He really has acquitted himself well here. And as a player who loves to play with quality, being able to play with the quality he's shown on this pitch is a further testament to what he's been able to do in this game.
Captain's performance from Revere Wilmot. Beckford. Flying clearance. Wayne Beckford to take this throw for Augustown, who are in the hurry-up phase. This is Cleghorn. Back to Beckford. Cleghorn's hopeful ball forward. Ineffective. And referee Reid has whistled for full time. We will use penalties to separate these teams. Spot kicks to determine which of these two will go forward to the final of the KSAFA Championship. Curtis Bell says, gentlemen, now is not the time to go down on your haunches. Now is not the time to sink to the turf. Get up, because you're going to need your energy for your assignments from 12 yards. Penalties to decide a winner. We're going to take a break and come right back with all the spot kicks for you. After extra time, Constant Spring 1, Augustown 1, KSAFA Championship semi-final 1.
This is a Child Month tip from CVM Television.
How can you help us build our resilience? Here are 3 ways you can. Help us to cope with feelings of disappointment when things go wrong. Teach us how to not be afraid of facing our fears, and empower us to make age-appropriate decisions.
That was a Child Month tip from CVM Television, read by Blake Allen Jr.
This Mother's Day, it's Romaine Virgo and Friends live Sunday, May 11 at Palm Drive, Hope Gardens, featuring Tori Latour, Janelle Mills, Savannah, Mortimer, and more. Hosted by Jade. Admission $6,000 pre-sold, $8,000 at the gate. VIP $10,000 pre-sold, $12,000 at the gate. Get your tickets now at From Head to Fleek, 2 Balmoral Avenue, Fontana Pharmacy, Barbican and Waterloo, or Vesco Brighton in Portmore. Tickets also available at RomaineVirgo.com. That's Romaine Virgo and Friends live this Mother's Day.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
This is a Child Month tip from CVM Television. You should never be too busy for your children. They are people too. Find the time to give them your undivided attention. This will make them understand how precious they are and that they matter. That was a Child Month tip from CVM Television.
All right, so both captains, Romari Brown for Augustown in red, and Javier Wilmot for Constant Spring in white, presiding over the toss, determining who will kick first, which direction, which goal they're going to strike. Will it be the goal that's in the direction of the tax office, the headquarters of Tax Administration Jamaica here in Tax Administration Jamaica, or will it be the goal going up towards Manor Park?
Thought you'd have said going up towards the police station.
Most people outside Jamaica know the landmark as Manor Park. Not many people know that there's a police station there. And even so, the Manor Park, the police station would be up Manor Park side anyway.
Correct,
so
correct.
We're still in the same sector.
Exactly.
Discussion. Go ahead.
You know, I mean, it's been a rough game. It's been a rough game. You see the players trying to figure out what they're going to do next, and it's unfortunate that it's here. It's unfortunate it's Constant Spring, because you saw two teams who tried to play some beautiful football tonight.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you that what Nathan just said is cause for you to congratulate both teams for the show that they've put on, because if this were on any of the better pitches we have in Jamaica, and you could name them, we won't. There are better pitches than this. The game would have been much, much better as a spectacle. But these boys battled manfully on the pitch that they were assigned to, and you have to give them credit. Those of us who love the football, we know the struggles the players go through. Those of you who are casual football fans, you're going to say, well, it doesn't look like this in England or in Spain or in the Champions League or in the Europa League. That's because the pitches that those guys are playing on are like billiard tables.
Much
perfect.
Different prospect.
They're not good, they're perfect.
George, I remember I once heard Alex Marshall in an interview and asked, what's the biggest difference between football that you play here and football that you played overseas? He said, first time I walked out on a pitch there, it was a whole different prospect, and this was training.
Training pitch, yep. All right. So the goal they're going to use is the one Nathan says is next to the police station, and he's correct. It's the goal towards the Manor Park side, and Dandra Beckford is going to kick first. Constant Spring to kick first, and they're kicking towards Manor Park, towards the police station, towards the direction generally of Stony Hill. Beckford made one mistake in 120 minutes of football, which led to the situation that Augustown scored from. Let's see what he can do from 12 yards. Beckford for Constant Spring. Put them in front in the penalty shootout. Meat and drink. Sends the keeper the wrong way. Went high. And the Spring have their noses in front.
He wasn't going to make a second mistake tonight. Did I just see Robert Henry setting the ball there?
Yes, you did.
And if you didn't have enough dramatics from this game, it's the goalkeeper who takes the first penalty kick for Augustown.
Here he is, Henry. And he finds the back of the net.
You see why?
Yes, sir. An expert from 12 yards, no doubt. And it's 1-1. And will he return the favor? Nope, Wilmot.
I always begged for that to happen. That would have been a very good moment in football.
Instead, the man who came on in the second half, number 15, Tafari Richards.
The older of the two Richards brothers. Let's see what he does.
Richards finds the back of the net, went, the goalkeeper did, the right direction, but too much pace and the curl on it. And he does a basketball style wave to the, that wave was not for his fans, it was for the Augustown fans to say night night. Walking forward now for Augustown, Javon Martin, second half substitute. Will try to do what his fellow number 15 from the rival team did, which is score. Can Jean-Luc Wilmot deny Martin for Augustown? Martin steps up.
Ooh,
creeps in.
Creeps in.
Wilmot gets the right direction. There's just enough power. And we remain locked. Nothing between these sides as they battle for a place in this KSAFA Championship final. Up steps the man called Parker, Rohan Parker, second half sub. We get a replay of Martin's penalty.
Yeah. Yes, right, but he got that height you want from a penalty kick.
No such thing as a lucky penalty if it gets it, if it scores. And Parker with the assignment. 7 paces back. Parker steps up and he just gets in. He got a piece of it, Henry did, but not a big enough piece. And Parker is relieved because he's done his job. Only just, but the job is done nonetheless.
Both teams are perfect so far. It looks a repeat of what I mean, the crowd didn't get to see it, our fans at home didn't get to see it, but the Major League semi-finals did have a penalty shootout that went, what, 10-9. And the first, I think, 10 kicks were actually all made by both teams, so
ridiculous. Coombs, second half substitute. Is this a trend? No starter except the goalkeeper for Augustown has taken a kick so far. They've all been substitutes. This is Coombs, the man at the fast feet. Coombs against Wilmot. Wilmot doing the Jersey Dudek. Scores! Down the middle, smashed home by Coombs, saying, what kind of fandangos are you doing, keeper? You can't throw me off.
And Coombs as well, a man who's come on and been consistent. So it's good. It's at least good that you're seeing the players with the fresh legs showing that their minds are fresh as well.
Yep. Will the trend continue with another substitute? Yes. Number 20, Sean Kogel. So the reasoning from both sets of coaches, those guys with fresher legs are likely to take a better penalty. The guys who've played 120 minutes, let's keep them in reserve if we need them. Substitute Kogel from 12 yards. Kogel! And he saved a big hand from Henry!
My word, we knew one of the goalkeepers would make a difference.
Sean Kogel and Constance Spring, they blink first. And Augustown again have the advantage. The upset is on once again. A good save from the goalkeeper. A big hand with the right hand.
Again, it's that height. You want to keep it low so the goalkeeper can't reach to it. Any amount of distance up in the air gives him an opportunity to get it.
One of the game's best players, Dwayne Green, steps forward. He played every minute of this contest and was solid for pretty much all of those 120 minutes. He's a lefty. Can he press home Augustown's advantage? Can he take them one step closer to this championship final? Green finds the back of the net. Advantage Augustown.
Yes, he can. Now it's all the pressure on Constance Spring. Can they keep themselves in this semi-final? I said it, the best way for Augustown to win this game was going to be penalties. And Coach Layla, so looking very close to being a genius at this point.
Well, don't know if he was scheduled to take this penalty or maybe Bertis Bell, given that his team have lost the advantage. He sent his ace marksman, the league's ace marksman, to fix things, as we say here in Jamaica.
He's done it once before. Can he do it again?
Yep. You need a fixer. You don't call Rudy Giuliani. You call for Javier Wilmot. Wilmot! Oh, yes! Keeper gets the right way, but the power was too much for him. Spring have parity, but they don't have the advantage. If Augustown do their job from here, they win. Constance Spring would fall short, but we're not there quite yet.
I wonder if it's that man Henry who's about to come up.
Well, let's see if Gareth Henry caps off a hero's performance with a penalty kick.
You did call him the player of the game before we made it to extra time.
Well, it's Cleghorn who steps forward. in his loose-limbed, lanky way. Had a good game, Cleghorn, in that midfield. And he looks around, surveys the landscape behind him.
He shushes the crowd.
And he says,
Micah,
be quiet. Referee says, no, you're taking an advantage there. Just place the ball squarely on the spot.
Something from the ball has to touch that spot. Come on, Cleghorn.
Cleghorn, yeah. Cleghorn from 12 yards to send Augustown through. Cleghorn! Oh yes!
He does!
Oh yes! Collegia Cleghorn puts the seal on an Augustown upset. The form book said Constant Spring were the it team, but Cleghorn and company says, well, we are here to take it down, and he has.
The men from Kingston 6 have prevailed in a game that they looked second best many times. They didn't have the firepower in the second half, much less the extra time. Here they are, the victors, heading to the finals. Whoa!
And something we don't like to see, a scuffle between Augustown players and Constant Spring players. Hands thrown there. And yeah, this is not doing the football any good at all, and the fans are going to get involved, and we need the police on the field as quickly as possible. A sour end to what has been a gripping night of football. A tough contest. And we see the goalkeeper and Gareth Henry leaving together. Good to see senior players stepping in, walking away from the fray. Henry being peacemaker. He was the best player this evening, no doubt, the best individual. Bertis Bell steps in, congratulating the Augustown players. And still, tempers are fraying at the edges. And Bertis just stepping in between his player and some Augustown supporters. You never want a night to end like this. But I tell you what, let's focus on the football, Nathan, and what we saw. Would you say Augustown deserved the result?
I'd say Augustown were the better coach team tonight. You saw a team that knew they were up against it. You saw a team that knew that there had to be tactics that would get them to this point. And when it became difficult, you saw a team working towards penalties because they knew that they had the plan for how they'd win this game at the penalty shootouts. And it's two heroes for me for Augustown. Robert Henry in goal, who did save a penalty and was brilliant, especially in that extra time. And as you said, Gareth Henry, the two Henrys, not brothers, but brothers in arms in this point, helping to stave off this Constant Spring attack, which for the most part petered out in this game. It was not what we expected from Constant Spring.
Yep, Augustown stopped Constant Spring from being Constant Spring. And the spring wasn't constant at all, it was intermittent spring. As our producer says, he has the winning penalty lined up once again. And it was Collegia Cleghorn off the left. It was unerring. Beyond goalkeeper Wilmot, and he gets rid of the jersey and sprints to his supporters. He may need that shirt back because he'll have a final to play, and Cleghorn runs to his brethren and drinks in the acclaim. It's good to see that he spat at the end, hands were thrown. Good to see that that has been settled, and the losers can walk away, contemplate where they fell short, and the winners can have space to be exultant. So at the end of this semi-final, Nathan Curtis was my co-pilot, thanking the production team and the staff. We're being told that we may have post-game interviews, so we shouldn't abandon the broadcast just yet. But yes, it's been confirmed that we will have interviews at the end of this contest. We want to hear from both coaches, and we'd like to hear from some of the players, and the team on the ground is working to get that in. But what a night of football. Augustown defying the form book, defying expectations, neutralizing Constant Spring. Constant Spring came in with the Saracen Blades. 23 goals to Wilmot's name. Richards with 16. 10 Constant Spring men with at least one goal this season. Augustown said, we are no respecter of reputations. We're going to blunt your edges. as we see the goals. Over the top from Mackenzie, hesitation from Beckford, towed away from him, and look at the skill from Johnson, falling, and then picking himself up to rifle home the penalty. And that was 1-0.
Mind you, this is the Augustine team that played without Johnson for as much time as he was on the pitch.
Absolutely so. Went down with the injury, and then Wilmot from free kick range crashes it home. Very, very precise the strike. That was 1-1, stayed 1-1 until the end of regulation time.
As we say, you have to congratulate the players for what is a game that was just well done. It was brought to a point where you wondered if the pitch was going to be the ultimate victor, but they still showed just how good they are.
Yep.
And at this second tier of Jamaican football, you want to see players fight through the adversity of something like a bad pitch. I don't think I'm disappointed as a commentator watching this game because we saw two teams that tried to do what they could.
Constant Springs assistant coach Gregory Walters is with Aidan Alexander, and we throw across to him now. Go ahead, Aidan.
Coach Walters, you know, the immediate aftermath of that game, a hard-fought 120 minutes. You went 1-0 down, came back and brought it to 1-1 after a brilliant free kick. You know, a narrow loss, 5-4 on penalties. What's your immediate reaction after the game?
My reaction, you know, when you lost, it got hurt, it got touching. So, really and truly, I would just say it's just can go anywhere when it comes on to penalty. I will get a couple chances to put away the game, but you know, penalty can go anywhere.
So, coach, what will be the message to the players? You know, it's a late night here. Obviously, they'll be feeling a bit deflated. You know, what's you and the coaching staff's message to the players, you know, in the immediate aftermath of this game? Do you say, you know, we then come again for next year? Do you try and discuss what went wrong in this game? Where do you guys start?
Well, basically, we just have to let the guys tone down, because, you know, after a loss like this, it's going to hurt a lot, and, you know, players' mental part going to be all over the place. So we just have to ask them to settle down, and then we can discuss it.
All right, coach. All the best for next season.
Walters, their assistant coach of Constant Spring. Nathan, very reflective. It's always tough as a loser to be asked to speak and to be candid. And he managed his emotions well there, I thought, Gregor Walters, but the disappointment it was obvious.
It's a tough game for them. Constant Spring were not supposed to lose this game. That's as simple as you can put it.
Robert Henry, the hero goalkeeper for Augustown, is with Aidan.
Augustown's hero of the night, Robert Henry, goalkeeper extraordinaire. You know, you score one and then you save one to give your team the win, essentially. How are you feeling right after the game?
Well, it's a brilliant feeling, you know. Just tell myself from this morning as I wake, say if I get a free kick or any penalty at all, I have to put it in the back of the net. I need to do my work today and save a couple balls for my team advance to the final.
You know, it's not often you see a goalkeeper kick the first penalty. Is it something that your coaches know that you've been working on in training a lot recently?
Well, I'm a pretty good outfield player too, but I just chose to stay in the goal. But my coaches believe in me. I know what I can do. As you mentioned, them just let me execute.
Say, you know, pretty good outfield player. So, if say in the final needs be, we could see Robert Henry as one of the 10 outfield players.
Sure, straight up into the centre forward.
So, how are you feeling? Do you feel confident heading into the final next week?
Well, right now these will put in some more work. I'm very confident enough, but we just need a little more work.
All right, all the best for the final, man. Thanks.
Henry saying that, taking Aidan's question and Aidan's leading question to say, yes, if needs be, I can be one of the 10 outfield players in that final next week. Well, if Harry Maguire can be a winger and be a match-winning striker for Manchester United, why can Robert Henry not decide big games away the outfield performances out of his usual bread and butter position? Well, that's it from the team here at CVM TV, bringing you semi-final 1 in this KSAFA Championship. We'll be back. I almost said on Sunday, but today is Sunday. Yeah, we started this game on Saturday. We're finishing it up on Sunday, and we'll be back on Sunday night for semi-final 2 in this competition, the KSAFA Championship, continuing on CVM TV. Semi-final 1 is history. Constant Spring, the favourites, beaten 5-4 in penalties by August Town, who await the winner of semi-final 2.
Yo, this is Bunjiga.
And this is Rayan Lyons. See it happen
on CVM TV.
See it happen on CVM TV. That's what he's trying to say. See it happen on CVM TV. Thank you. See it happen.
See it happen.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, the desecration of innocence. 9-year-old murdered at home. Health Department targets vermin in St. James.